This is what I was born to do. Time to let the world know.
Greetings, this is your captain speaking. We've begun our descent into Phoenix, and we should have you on the ground shortly. Thanks for flying with us.
We make it cool to be something. We make it cool to be something. We make it cool to be something.
And just a minute or two here for the players to get warmed up before the start of the game. We are live from the U.S. Airways Center for a Western Conference contest featuring the Suns here in Phoenix. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Doris Burke courtside. Next to me, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr in the booth. A quick check now for starting lineups for both teams. And as we take a look here at Markieff Morris, what's your take?
And the moment he enters the game is kind of the moment the fans are all waiting for. He's a special player, a guy who everybody anticipates watching.
Well, he's an energizer. If things are a little lethargic out there, he's worth bringing in just for the buzz that goes through the crowd and the injection of life it gives them.
Take a look at the Kings. They've struggled game after game to secure wins. It's been a tough haul, but they've had to feel like this game provides them a good chance to win.
You know, for the Kings, they've been as flat as they can be this season. It might be time not just for some lineup changes, but a major overhaul.
Yeah, you might be right, Clark, because you can see that there's no spark to this club. Nothing seems to be clicking. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some big changes.
Now, here is Gortat. Pass to Brown. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Shannon Brown got a chance to find consistent playing time last season, and I thought he had one of his best seasons to date. Did a good job of attacking more instead of settling for the three all the time, and got some extra trips to the foul line as a result.
Here is Bledsoe. Boy, he was something else against the Lakers. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I briefly spoke with Jeff Hornacek. They're looking to break the tie on this season's series, and I asked him what he thought might be a key factor. He said it always seems to come down to getting a stop. We have to get our hands up to contest shots, or as we often do, even send them back. That's how we'll win this game. Sounds like a plan, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Doris. The defensive strategy guys being heavily enforced by the coaching staff.
And that's in large part because of the talent they have on that side of the ball. A lot of length, speed, quick hands. They've got a lot of ability on that side of the floor.
Well, when you've got the horses, you've got to ride them and let them run. And defensively, they've definitely got some horses.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And for Shannon Brown, a great effort. It makes sense for him to drive to the rim.
Yeah, he's had to work on his ball handling. He's got those huge hands. We've seen how good he is finishing in transition. But as his handles have improved, his overall game has expanded as well.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
There's no question the big news for the Sacramento Kings is they're still the Sacramento Kings. After a nail-biting last couple of years, they saw the team flirt with moving to Virginia, Anaheim, Las Vegas, Seattle. Finally, a new ownership group committed to keeping the team in Sac.
The Kings have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. The pass to Wolf. Baseline jumper. Gortat with the block. Out of bounds. Kings ball as Sacramento keeps possession.
8 seconds of the shot. 8.
Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. And for all the Kings fans, what a great victory. Former 3-time NBA All-Star and Sacramento native son, Mayor Kevin Johnson, instrumental in securing financing for the new arena, and Steve campaigning with the league's owners to keep the team in Northern California.
I think it surprised everyone, Kevin. Seattle made such a strong bid. I think most people felt the team would end up in Seattle, but Johnson did his job. Sacramento stepped up to the plate. And I think it's great that the Kings get to keep their team, and hopefully Seattle will end up with one in the next couple of years.
And here is Thomas following the 3 from Morris. The shot's good from Wolf.
Unselfish basketball on the interior. I love that, and you got to think the coaching staff does too.
Last outing for Sacramento, they won that game against Utah.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
The Kings trail by 3. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That is his first foul of the game. That's tipped. Tries to save it, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Take a look at the Kings. They're still struggling, trying to string something together, getting a lot of wins. The competition, though, so tough. And, of course, the Suns sitting directly below them, just one spot down.
I think for the Suns, they've settled in about where we thought they would, guys, in the bottom of the standings. So no surprise, because we anticipated this team would have some struggles.
Yep, struggling to make headway. Not exactly a feel-good story, that's for sure. Clark, let's talk about something else.
Here's the machine. They picked up 24 points in their last win against Utah. Lays it up and banks it in. The machine's got his second basket of the night.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
The Phoenix Suns come into this one after the win against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And they did just what you have to do as a road team, guys. They never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Seemed like every time they took a punch, they had a counter.
You'll like this, Steve. Reverse spurtability, we call that. They had any defensive lapses, they immediately made up for it with some instant offense.
And it's blocked by Salmons. Thomas against Bledsoe. Passes to McLemore. Here's the machine. Shot clock at 6. Right side Landry. No one near him. And it falls over the rim and in. Landry's got his second bucket.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
Now, here is Gorchak. He had 16 points in the win against the Lakers. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist from Gorchak. 9 points for Shannon Brown.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Mike Malone, the new head coach of the Sacramento Kings, son of a former NBA coach. Mike has been credited with helping teams improve their defenses, whether it was in New Orleans with Chris Paul, last season with Golden State, but Malone very well regarded in NBA coaching circles.
Here's Bledsoe after Carl Landry's bucket. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Makes it off the glass. And the Suns lead by 2.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
And the Sacramento team, Clark, not without offensive talent, but their defense has been their shortcoming.
And that's the area they've got to ramp up and improve. And Coach Malone is going to have an opportunity to put his stamp on this team by improving them at the defensive end of the floor.
No good. Great defense that time from Morris. Suns have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Bledsoe dishes to Morris. Here's Gortat, and the Suns tack on 2 more. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. At this part of the game, always important to stay focused, and while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well, all 3 of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah, no question. Right. I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. And look at Steve, guys, the Gatorade shirt on.
Yeah, he's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. He implored his guys to exploit the open passing lanes with hard, crisp passes to the paint. He said if you get an inch of daylight, make that pass. He was also adamant that they can take advantage of this defense with the use of solid ball screens in the pick-and-roll game. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
Thanks, Doris. And here is Patterson following the 3 from Dragic. And Patterson kicks to Vasquez. Pass to Wolf to end the run. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
And as rebounders go, guys, he is amazingly active on the boards, relentless. And it serves two purposes. One, I mean, it gets him a lot of rebounds, of course, but two, it takes a lot of toll on the opposition. He'll wear you down.
And here's something else, Steve. He invites contact when he's attacking the rim. He doesn't try to finesse his way through anything. He's going through bodies. You know, the Suns really had a lot to overcome as they started the rebuilding project, and they just weren't the same team the home crowd was used to seeing, and the struggles were evidenced by that 17-24 record here at home.
Now here's Lee. There's Dragic with the three. Sacramento grabs the miss. The Machine's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Vasquez. Buries it down low. Wow, just a 2-point Suns lead. And the Suns, who have been so good for so long here at U.S. Airways Center, you know, it really was strange to see them drop so many games on their home court.
Well, to give you an idea of just how dominant this team has been here in Phoenix, this was the first time since the end of the 2003-2004 season that they didn't have a home record better than 500.
Lee gets the bucket.
Gotta love the low post offense. That was beautiful.
And Sacramento has possession. The Suns beat them last time these two teams met in Phoenix.
Well, looking back at that last game between these two teams, they lost the game. I thought the difference was they were badly out-rebounded inside. And it's so tough to win a game when you can't secure that ball.
And Clark, talking about rebound, I'm sure that this team has been reminded of that by the coaching staff.
Without question. And you can't be surprised to see them really crash the boards in this one. They needed to get some second chance points, and their defense needed to limit the offensive rebounds at the other end. Definitely that was a focus for them, controlling and handling both backboards.
He's off on the first.
Well, we knew the Pacific was tough last year as a division. They sent 3 teams to the playoffs, and it's one reason why the Kings ended up just above the Suns in the division. Hard to make a lot of headway when you're the 4th best team in your state.
Goodwin's checked in for Phoenix. Good on the second free throw. Well, as you said, tough California teams, Clark, populating the Pacific, but the Kings actually did well against them. Better than, in fact, you would expect considering how far apart their win totals were.
Not bad. Kings went 7-9 in the division. Of course, Phoenix really struggled last year, and that was part of it. The Lakers had a down season as well. But you know, all in all, I think the California teams are looking stronger going forward, particularly Golden State and the Clippers. So it's going to be tough in that division.
Lee with the steal. He kicks it to Morris. Oh, good with the triple.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, there's an intimidation factor that comes into play.
It's stolen by Dragic. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Out left to the wing. Lee kicks to Fry. It's rebounded by Wolf. The Machine's got his 4th rebound in this one. And there's the feed to Thompson. Vasquez. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Vasquez has got 5 points so far. It's all tied in Phoenix. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sunday, December 15th, James Harden and the Houston Rockets take on DeMarcus Cousins and the Sacramento Kings. Hoops action.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
And how about the defense, guys? They have really controlled the lane with their shot blocking.
Yeah, excellent defense there.
On the court for Sacramento, Thomas and McLemore, the backcourt tandem. The machine is out there with Carl Landry, and it's Salmons in at the 3 slot. Brown the pass to Tucker. Brown dishes to Morris. He feeds it to Bledsoe. Good ball movement here by the Suns. And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Morris.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Thomas kicks to Salmons. There's the pass to Wolf. He dishes it to Thomas. Shot clock at 6. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's foul number 2 for him.
And they're 1 away now from being in the penalty.
Yeah, you know, now's not the time to be careless. The next one sends them to the line.
Gortat's checked in for Len. There's Thomas with the 3. Count the bucket. Thomas got 8 points.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Suns trail by 4. Now here's Bledsoe. 8 points for him. The dish to Morris. Feeds to Tucker. Bledsoe outside. 5 on the clock. And it's Gortat. That time on the assist from Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 4 assists in the game. For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Thomas with the ball. Now guarded by Gortat. Wolf powered down after the assist. Led him into the lane. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D. I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
The Suns have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far.
Well, you know, Jeff Hornacek, the new coach of the Phoenix Suns, a 14-year career as an NBA shooting guard, and he was terrific as a player. Spent his first 6 in Phoenix and only recently really got into coaching, starting as an assistant with the Jazz in early 2011.
And back to Coach Hornacek, the 16th coach in Suns franchise history. He's raised his 3 kids in Phoenix. Stevie's put down roots there. Looks like he would like to stay for the long term.
Well, he was a tremendous player for the Suns back during the prime of his career. So this is a great fit, coaching the Suns. A guy who played the game with tremendous intelligence and an even-keeled demeanor. Should serve him well as a head coach.
That free throw missing.
What a night so far for Eric Bledsoe. He has 8 points and 4 assists.
Good on the second free throw.
Well, you know, I tell you what, guys, it's a tough road to hoe when you're trying to rebuild in the Western Conference. There's just no room or margin for error, and teams pile on while you're down.
And back to the Suns in the West, they did finish with the worst record in the conference. They managed only 17 wins, Steve, against other teams in the West.
And that wasn't the worst mark, but it was close. The Suns' problem was that they didn't have a huge inside presence for long stretches of the season. And when you lack depth against teams with tough power forwards or centers out west, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
That free throw, no good.
Well, I tell you what, Isaiah Thomas, guys, was the last pick of the second round, 60th overall his draft year, but he has been terrific, can pass and score, and has stepped into the starting point guard role for the Kings and showed he belonged.
And Phoenix making a change here. Marshall's checked in. And he's good on the second. Going back to Isaiah Thomas and the Kings, they really needed a true point guard to set the table for everybody. His emergence was a pretty nice story for this team.
Well, he's always been doubted because he's only 5'9", and he wasn't drafted high, wasn't recruited that heavily, but I think he's demonstrated that he can hold his own with the best in this league.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Brooks. Doris, over to you.
Hi, guys. The Machine in their last game against the Jazz got down to business. He finished with 24 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. Just numbers that really jump out at you in a box score.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified, Clark.
Well, I know this opponent should be terrified because there's a good chance the momentum he gathered that night carries right over into this game.
Well, some of it will carry over. That's inevitable. It's just a matter of how much.
Second free throw, no good.
You know, when you're one of the worst teams in the league, you have a lot of problems. And for the Suns, one of their biggest problems was that opponents shot very close to 40% against them from behind the arc. And that's just not a winning number.
McLemore, the pass to Wolf. Inside to Landry. Plays it up and banks it in. Landry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Suns trail by 7. As you said, Clark, with the Suns, dead last in the league in terms of opposing three-point percentage. Defense overall was a problem for him, Steve, but especially on closing out on shooters beyond the arc.
Well, the three-point shot, Kevin, has become such a huge part of every NBA team's offense now that if you're struggling to defend that line, you're going to really find yourself at the bottom of the league defensively and record-wise, and that's exactly where Phoenix found itself. Well, he didn't quit on the play. He defended the shot, contested it, and then got back straight to the glass.
To the right side. And the Suns get it back, but they get it back. On the wing, Brown, guarded by McLemore. Marshall, the shot's good. Brown making the play. Now it's just a three-point Kings lead. Sacramento's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Thomas dishes to Landry. To the paint, knocked loose. It's stolen by Morris. Marshall with it on the wing. Brown shoots the three. Offensive rebound. Here's Tucker. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Tucker's got 5 points so far.
It's a great play under the boards for him, and that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, they're there for him game in, game out.
Wide open. That's good from McLemore on the assist by Thomas. Thomas got his third assist on the night. Suns trail by 3. Marshall gets a screen from Gortat. The 3 ball. The kick out to Brown. Here's Marshall. Back to Brown. Marshall passes to Brown. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
Now Marshall. It's Brown on the wing. The tray. Good. Brown's got 14.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
And for Sacramento, they're shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
Here's Marshall. The three-pointer, no good.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
I'd venture to guess whichever team is able to maintain that energy level on the glass will have the upper hand the rest of the way.
Soft touch off the glass. Marshall's got his second basket of the game.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
Wow, and now it's just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Fantastic basketball in the open floor.
Gortat with the block. They retain possession. Landry gets the bucket.
Well, Landry has just a big motor. He can play so hard as soon as he gets into the game that he makes a major impact on the game. He's relentless in his pursuit of offensive rebounds, and he's always going to fight you for the ball.
Yeah, you know, those offensive rebounds are always huge. You also need to be able to finish through contact if you're undersized, and Landry can do that too. He can get a guy up in the air, lean into him, and finish the play while earning a trip to the free throw line. Some changes for Sacramento. Jason Thompson, he's checked in for Landry. Patterson comes in for John Salmons. And it's Jimmer Fredette in for McLemore. Here's Marshall. That's good. Marshall's got 6 here in this quarter.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Thomas kicks to Fredette. A 3-ball. Rebound by Marshall. Suns trailing.
Definitely a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah, the wise move would be to find themselves a quick shot right away.
Well, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
Thomas passes to Wolf. Back to Thomas. Dishes it to Thompson. It's up a 3. That's good from Thomas on the assist by Thompson. Thomas got 12 points in the game.
That's number 2 for him from long range in this quarter, his 3rd overall.
Marshall gets a screen from Morris. Kicks it to Brown. Back to Lee. Marshall dishes to Morris. The 3. But they recover it. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Kings ahead, leading by 3. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Goran, how do you rate the team's performance thus far, and what are you expecting in the second half?
I mean, you know, we are battling. We as a team, and if we're gonna play like that, I think so. We're gonna be okay.
Goran, thanks for the time. Gotta love it when they battle, guys.
Okay, Doris, thanks. And we'll have the start of the third quarter for you shortly, but first, the halftime show.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And welcome to the halftime show. A close game right now out at U.S. Airways Center. The Kings off to a great start. A big game for them right now. A win here would move them into the 8th seed in the conference. The Machine scoring with ease against Phoenix. He's got 14 points. He's been getting it done on both ends of the court. Look at the assists. Look at the rebounds. It's all adding up to a great first half. And giving it their all, the Phoenix Suns. No surprise, they've had some high-flying rejections, something they're good at. Some textbook basketball from Shannon Brown. Shooting nearly 70% so far, a gaudy shooting percentage, the envy of everybody playing tonight. And time now to head back out to the rest of the game in Phoenix. I'll see you next time on 2K Sports.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we welcome you back to a beautiful view of the downtown Phoenix skyline.
And what a tremendous game for Brown. He's got 16 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
Kings leading now by 3. Markieff Morris and Marcin Gortat are down low. Dragic is out there with Brown, and it's Tucker in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, when it came to getting wins away from Sacramento last year, the Kings were anything but kings of the road. Only came away with 8 wins as the visiting team last year, and that puts them near the bottom of the league in win total.
And the first one at the line is good. And back to the Kings on the road for a second. That total of 8 road wins had them tied for the fewest in the entire Western Conference, Steve, along with the Suns.
It's not a surprise when a team is just bad, when they don't have an identity. There's no way you're going to be competitive on the road.
Brown inside. Thomas is on him. That's good. And that's now 20 points for Shannon Brown.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Thomas off a pick from Wolf. Thomas goes in. Here's Vasquez. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got 6 assists here tonight.
And he was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Guys, for DeMarcus Cousins, who's so talented, controlling his temper has been an issue. He said, quote, "I get it from my mother. It's a problem I have. It helped me get where I am. But at the same time, I have to learn to be quiet and just try to have a positive mind. I'm trying to lead, just in a better way that will be accepted more. Guys, we'll see if he can turn it around."
That'll be the question. Thanks, Doris. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Brown sets a screen for Gortat. Here's Goodwin, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
Pass to Wolf. Pass to McLemore. 6 to shoot. To the wing on the left. That's good.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Here's Brown. That's good on the jump shot. Brown's got 22 points.
You know, he's not somebody they lean on for points, but when he does score, that's a bonus.
And taken away by Brown. All alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Here's the machine. 16 points for him. The 3 from Thomas. Another 3 for Sacramento.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
Goodwin kicks to Gortat. The feed to Morris. The pass to Goodwin. Just 5 on the clock. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You know, it's no secret around the league, guys, that the Suns either have one of the best medical staffs in the game or they've built their practice facility by the fountain of youth. More evidence of that came when Jermaine O'Neal found new tread on his well-worn tires.
And he makes the first. Clark, as you said, a lot of the players that left the Suns last season, such as Steve Nash and Grant Hill, had trouble keeping their health up. And, Steve, I don't know, you've been in that organization. Whatever they are doing that are keeping those players healthy and in top shape has been working. They are admirable in the way they have led that cause.
Well, it's a tremendous training staff. They've just always done a very good job of keeping their guys healthy by getting them in the training room every day for work, by combining the strength program with the training schedule, but a lot of confidence in that staff from the players, and I think it really shows.
Fredette kicks to Vasquez. Vasquez gets a screen from Wolf. Patterson with it. He's picked up by Lee. Patterson passes to Wolf. Poked away. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got his first bucket of the night.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
Suns trail by 8. Rogic kicks to Fry. Back to Dragic. He feeds it to Goodwin. Rebound by the Kings. And here's Vasquez. 9 points in the game so far. Patterson dishes to Vasquez. Back to Patterson. Sacramento moving it around. That pushes it to double digits. And it's a 10-point Sacramento lead.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of at the other end of the floor, though.
Good.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, I mean, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Fredette, the pass to Vasquez. There's 1:17 left to play here in the third. Count that one.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
Suns trail by 10. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And it's Dragic off the drive. Here's Lee outside. That's good. Lee's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the defense.
Fredette kicks to Thompson. Passes it to Wolf. Over to the wing. Here's Patterson. That one a little long.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Goodwin with it. Fredette picks him up. Dragic gets the bucket.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Sacramento leading by 5. Now here's Vasquez. 13 points in the game. Here's Patterson. No good on the 3. Dragic dishes to Goodwin. Back to Dragic. The second effort, and the layup is good. Now it's just a 3-point Kings lead.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
You cannot afford to make mistakes like that here in a tight game.
Here's Marshall. And that one's good. Marshall's got 8 points.
Boy, that was impressive, Clark. He did not hesitate to take the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Boy, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Kings lead by 1. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Well, tremendous point guard play, but that's nothing new coming from him. This is what you expect. The gorgeous feed there.
Suns trailing, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Kings, Wolf, he's in at center. Carl Landry is out there with Salmons. Then it's Jimmer, Fredette, and it's McCallum in at the point. Shot clock at 6. Gortat, and he finishes nicely on the way. Gortat's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Suns. Sacramento's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Fredette picks to Salmons. Pass to Wolf. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Kings lead by 1. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
Absolutely. I mean, 6 lead changes here so far.
Steve, exciting stuff.
Yeah, this is a fun game to watch. Which team can kind of extend a lead and make a couple of big plays here, try to seize momentum. We'll see.
And Gortat kicks to Bledsoe. He dishes it to Dragic. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That could have major consequences, Kevin. With this game still in question, it's really a tough time to lose it.
Some changes for Sacramento. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the machine. McLemore has come in for Fredette. And Thomas subbed in for McCallum. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Thomas with the ball, now defended by Goodwin. Salmons passes to Wolf. Outside for Thomas. Here's the machine. Shot clock at 6. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Dragic. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
Thomas dishes to Cousins. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for the machine. 18 points and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision, Clark, has been phenomenal. I mean, he could not be passing the ball any better than he is right now.
The first free throw is good. Phoenix making some changes. Markieff Morris is checked in for Goodwin. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Kendall Marshall. So he hits both.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, sometimes it's contagious. Everybody starts to get comfortable and relaxed, and everything goes in the hoop.
Brown kicks to Dragic. Out to the right wing. Gortat, the pass to Tucker. Thomas against Dragic. And that one's on target from the wing. Dragic has got 4 points in the quarter.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Wolf passes to Cousins. Puts it up from 15. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Brown with it. Now guarded by Salmons to take the lead. Brown. Good. Brown's got 29 in the game.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
It's a great formula, and it's really a sign that the offense is clicking.
Here's the machine, covered by Morris. The dish to McLemore. Thomas passes to Wolf. Good. The machine's got it all tied up now for the Kings. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Dragic dishes to Gortat. Pass to Brown. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
He's made the most of his chances, hasn't he? He really needs to continue to work for those good looks.
Sacramento's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's the machine. He's guarded by Morris. That's good. 14 points here for Cousins.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
Well, Phoenix shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Dragic kicks to Brown. There's a screen by Gortat. Brown with it. Guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. Morris passes to Brown. Brown right side. Sacramento grabs the miss. The machine's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Thomas kicks to Salmons. Feeds it to Cousins. And no good. And a chance to take the lead. And it's the machine with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Well, Phoenix shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Brown, deflected by McLemore. Morris kicks it to Tucker. Dishes it to Dragic. Second shot opportunity.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Here's the machine, defended by Morris. To take the lead, it falls!
Huge points.
That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket. Desperate.
Now Dragic. He kicks it to Tucker. Dragic's screen on Selmans. Tucker. Oh, hammered! And he'll go to the line. It's on John Selmans.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
The line for two.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to one. Both free throws good from Tucker.
Needed those and got them. Terrific job at the line under pressure.
Sacramento's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Thomas passes to Wolf. Here's Cousins. No good. Some solid defense from Gortat. This is a huge possession.
You've got to execute under pressure. We're going to see what they're made of.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. It's Dragic with the drive. Brown with it. Now defended by McLemore. Here's Morris. It's off. Here comes John Selmans. There's the pass to Wolf. Stolen away for the win. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. Regulation is ended, and we're heading to overtime. 2K Sports. Back in a moment here from the U.S. Airways Center. Extra time just about to get started here with the jump ball coming up. So Phoenix will get the first possession. So it's Phoenix picking up the win. You know, Clark, they couldn't put him away in regulation, but after a superb performance in overtime, they managed to get the job done.
Yeah, just an amazing game, but they pulled away at the end.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Goran, congratulations on the win tonight. A game where you certainly had some nice bench production. What does it take for this team to play at its best?
I mean, everybody's playing hard, you know, even the guys from the bench. You know, we need everybody, even including the bench. Everybody has to be focused, play hard, and especially in defense.
Playing hard is always a great starting point. Goran, congratulations. Guys, back to you.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Shannon Brown.